Brain Show.
Now, you know that's my part. I always come in here like, it's the Venus and Jen show, beauty and brains, period.
Girl, I left my chair at home. I ain't trying to make you dance and get 10 years tonight. Doing too much. Again, like I said, welcome to the Beauty and Brains Show.
Speaking of 10 years though, like, what do you feel about like toxic relationships like in today's like society? What do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like they are becoming the norm. Toxic relationships seem like the ongoing thing. Like people breaking up to making up. Like everybody making it to like it's a big situation. Like, oh, you know, he did this and it was good sex afterwards. So I just think everybody is making the toxic situations normal.
I do too. I be feeling like they just be staying like for the sex. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like people just be like, okay, he got good sex and he got money. I don't care about how he treat me.
I think it's more about the excitement because, you know, sometimes you just want to, you know, have something a little spicy, but at the same time, it's still toxic. Like, because everybody want to act like little kids in relationships.
Yep, like no communication. Nobody listen. It's always the blame game. Nobody's taking accountability for their actions.
Correct.
So now it's just like spiraling out of control. Like, you know, to where they celebrating toxicity. Like,
Yeah,
did I say it right?
Toxicity.
Come on now, we gotta have a brain.
So, you know, at the end of the day, I just feel like, you know, if we get out of that whole little
toxic thinking and just let people, you know what, I feel like men can't even be they self these days. Like they gotta have the glitz and the glam, like for them to get like a certain caliber of woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like, I don't want that man if he not working out. I don't want that man if he not doing everything that everybody else doing on social media. I don't want him if he ain't trying to be a rapper. Like, you know, like you don't want nobody wants like the businessman no more or nothing, like the hardworking man or nothing. Like they just want to get with the bad guys and just.
I just think it's more about the aesthetics of the relationships because of social media. I mean, everybody wants the, you know, the looks of everything, which is why I feel like so many people are getting married for the wrong reasons.
I don't even think they're getting married no more. I feel like this is a generation of no marriage. Like, when the last time you been to a wedding, one of your friends' weddings?
It's been about 10 years.
That's what I'm saying. You know, this is a different generation. You know, like, they just don't care. And if they do get married, I feel like they get married for the dress.
For the celebration. It's more about the celebration. It's not really about the
how
relationship.
How these pictures gonna look on Instagram.
Yeah, it's about how everything is looking now. That's why I was like, what do we really have now? Everything is about the looks. It's not about working towards something anymore.
That's why people can't have no conversations or nothing. Like, it be like you talking to like a dead horse when you talking to people. Even women too, because these women are out of control too. All they want to know is my booty hole brown, you know what I'm saying? They want to stand on top of the cars, you know, they just giving masculine energy.
Yeah, and I feel like, do you feel like that a lot of women are demasculating the men because of that, because of their independence and trying to be a boss?
I do think that. Like, I think that, like, a lot of women have, like reverted to being men. Like, you know, they don't even know how to be, like, feminine no more. Like, you know, like, I saw a girl, like, walking so fast to a door one time. Like, let the man open the door for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you walking so fast to the door? He can't even show you, you know, his masculine energy. You're not even giving feminine energy, you know, for a man to even treat you in a certain way. So I feel like, yeah, the women are giving definitely masculine energy and vice versa. Like, these men be giving, like, feminine energy. It's like a whole turnaround.
It is. And I feel like the roles have switched tremendously. And that's why it's so hard for women to become submissive in a relationship, because I feel like women are not comfortable or trustful in their partner, which is why they can't allow them to lead.
Yeah, that's true. So, you know, like, do you feel like men are not getting treated accordingly? Like, you know, like they want to get catered to and everything. Do you feel like men are not getting catered to these days because every woman think that she a prize?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of women are feeling like they're entitled to, you know, getting everything, you know, handed and foot to them. And I'm gonna let you know, every woman is not the prize. You know, you come with baggage, you come with something. If you're not coming with substance, I mean, I feel like some guys are the prize, and some women don't want to take that and accept that, which is why they can't keep a man.
Like, why we can't both be the prize and we both, like, cater to each other, love each other, show, like, compassion and empathy for each other? Like, why it just got to be, like, I feel like women just feel like men don't have no feelings. You know what I mean? Like,
it's more of a delusional state. Everybody wants this high glamour life, you know, and at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta sit down and let this man be a man. You know, you want to try to, you know, bring in that type of energy, but you're not doing anything to get it. So why do you think that you obligated or you supposed to have it? You know, if you're not bringing anything to the table for a man to pick you.
And a lot of these women is not bringing. Let's just keep it real.
Right.
They're not bringing anything to the table, and they're just demanding everything. Like, I just feel like that's crazy. I feel like cater to your man is just as well. Like, reciprocation is key. Like, cater to your man just as well as he's catering to you. You like Prada, he like Prada. You like Dickies, he like Dickies. It doesn't even matter the brand. Whatever the person like, you know, like, pay attention to your spouse. Yeah. Like, pay attention to who you dating so they could, you know, blossom. Like, we just going into stuff, not paying attention to the person, just hurrying up to get to the pants. You know what I mean?
It's no communication. Nobody really wants. Nobody is really paying attention to the mate only because of how the way we're setting the whole dynamics up. You know, sometimes we're getting with guys that are not fulfilling everything that we're trying to bring to the table, and then it's like now we just settling, and then vice versa, the men are settling. You know, they like, oh, I choose a BBL girl other than somebody that can sit here. And that's what I was gonna say. I feel like women be getting BBLs, they get their breasts done, they get all this stuff done, their teeth, everything, their skin, whatever, just to be like, okay, now I'm finna get somebody that's gonna take care of me. Right. And you know, it's because like that's how men are looking at women. Like, you know what I mean? They do pick the ones that's, you know, wha-bam, wha-bam, wha-bam. You know what I mean? Like, they do that. And it's true, because just like a man will go and he have his favorite car, I mean, you got some men that choose to pick women that are pleasing to the eye. You have men that, you know, would rather have a conservative woman or rather have a woman that, you know, is a certain size. So at the end of the day, you have certain men that's going to have preference, but at the same time, women have gotten to the point that since it's so many ways that they feel like they can get money off of just the looks, that's all people are doing now.
Yeah, so it's becoming like situationships more than like relationships. Yeah, I feel like that too. Like, so, you think like men be judging women like off the clothes they wear and stuff? Like, do you think that?
Absolutely. I mean, do I feel like that, you know, would they choose you as a wife or a girlfriend based off of it? I think it depends, you know, because it's not what you wear, it's how you wear it.
That's true.
You know, so it's just like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I feel like it just comes, it's just different by whatever man, what that man likes and what he's looking for.
Yeah, so like, okay, so me being like in the adult entertainment industry or whatever, how do you think men like look at me realistically? You know, not the fairy tale how I want them to look at me, just like based off of not talking to me, not sitting like no conversation at all. How do you feel like they perceive me?
I feel like it depends on where you at, because when I moved to Atlanta, by me being from Mississippi, we're a Bible Belt state. So a lot of people will look at somebody like a stripper as somebody that they could not bring to their mama. Whereas when I came to Atlanta, having a bikini on was, you know, was natural. It was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? But when I had that on in Mississippi, everybody was looking at me like, what is you doing? Why are you naked? And so it made me feel some type of way, but when I got here, I was more comfortable because that was the culture. So I feel like it depends on where you at, you know, and what culture you a part of, because now in Atlanta, strippers are seen as like celebrities. They seen as this big thing, this big hustler, you know, so they don't see anything wrong with it. You see so many guys actually wifing up strippers.
That's true, and that's what I want to say. That I'm so glad you said that because a lot of people, like when I go live on Instagram, they be like, "Ain't nobody gonna wife you," and that's just absolutely false.
That's not true.
That's absolutely false. Like, so you know, I feel like we don't give enough credit to the men that's really out there taking care of their kids, like, cause it's single men too. It's single men too.
It is.
Women always talk about, I'm a single mama, look at me, but it's single men, look at them.
And I commend the guys that take care of their kids because
Yeah.
we always overlook men that are doing their jobs, and you know we always talking about the moms, but it is some good men that's out there fulfilling those seats, and you gotta give credit where it's due. Let me do a clap for them. You know, I just love a man that take care of his kids. You know?
Seriously though,
For
because
real.
there's so many that just be like deuces, you know. So yeah, that's for sure.
But to stay and actually, you know, take care of his responsibility, that is a man.
Yeah, for sure. So like, you know, when you do actually get a man and you know you feel like he the one, you know what I'm saying, and what do you think is some things that you could do that's non-sexual to like keep the relationship like going and keep the relationship like, you know, what do you think like a woman could do and what do you think like a man could do? Like, what do you feel like?
I think that women are getting out of the way of trying to cater and feeling like, well, if I cater, that means that, you know, I'm too soft. I'm playing a stupid role. Like, it's okay to cater your man. You know, it's okay to give him a massage and fix him a nice dinner, even run a bath water. I mean,
like
it's
surprise
okay.
him with some stuff.
Right, it's okay to ask him how his day is going. You know, we don't never ask a man what's really going on. He just sit here and have to just take everything and we nagging. And I never realized what nagging really means until I'm serious until I experienced it. And I mean, why are you nagging and you're not doing nothing about it?
Yeah.
So what is you doing?
Yeah.
So I understood that, which is why when I realized about that nagging, I stopped completely.
Yeah.
I had to stop. I had to learn how to shut up.
That's what women need to do. They need to
Shut
learn how
up.
to shut up.
Shut up. For real.
Shut up sometimes. Let a man be a man. You know,
Yeah.
let him do what he do. Like, just a lot of women need to take classes for real on how to be feminine. You know, like really, like, or listen to a woman that's more feminine. They all just so rowdy. Even like me working in the environment that I work in, I be paying attention. And I be like, dang, these women just so rah, you know, like, and then wondering why nobody want to be like, let me take you and show you a better part of the world. You know what I mean? Like, so.
I guess because we get in a mode that we feel like we are by ourselves and we have to, you know, establish
I think it comes from trauma.
Yeah, we have to establish this whole gate around us to taking care of our own household, you know, paying for our own bills and stuff like that, which lead us to feel like we're the man of the house. And even though we don't want to be like that, we start to engulf into that whole scenery because that's what we have to do. We done seen our mama do it. We done seen our grandmothers do it. So therefore, now we're following that same road. And when we find a man that does it, we still don't understand how to keep that man and make him feel like he needs to help us.
Yeah, that's true. So, like, okay, how you feel about, like, okay, because, like, women always be talking about they don't want to date a man with kids and stuff like that, but they be having 8 kids, 10 kids, and they don't want to date a man with a kid. Like, it's giving selfish. It's giving a red flag in the beginning because, like, how you going to say that you don't want to date a man with kids, but yet you have them?
Well, I get it both ways, only because some men don't know how to separate themselves outside of a woman's household that they had children by. So in the case with us, we carry our kids and they don't. So they have to go to the woman's house to see their kids, and sometimes they can't separate it. They also they become that woman's boyfriend as well. You know, when she needs something and the lights out, whatever happens, they have to be there. And so sometimes it be hard for them to kind of like cross over and figure it out of how to, you know, to have a lady on the side and to, you know, co-parent and be their father.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so Okay, so do you think like men look at women differently? Like, cause you know, like, cause we out here all trying to figure it out, especially in this generation of like being simps, you know what I'm saying, and being toxic or whatever. Like, do you think like men look at women differently, like if they have sex with them like quick? Because it's like, you know, cause it's like I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? So like, why can't I? If I like you and I'm feeling you, like, why I can't like?
I think
Have
it's a
fun
double.
with you.
I think it's a double-edged sword with that because it depends on the individuals, because you can have sex with somebody and somebody might look at it like, wait a minute, you doing too much. And I can also look at a man like, okay, you did it with me.
I had multiple conversations with men and they be like, I know this girl, she just want to have sex with me all the time. Like, you know what I mean? And they be like, I don't want to do that. But women, I feel like women use their vajayjay as like a weapon.
Men do too. They try to, take it away from us and feel like, well, I'm not gonna come by, or, whatever, just take it away just so they can try to put us in our place, especially when they know that we are very interested in being with them. So they'll try to do that, to play those little mind games, to kind of like sit us down and like, okay, you want me? To see if you really want it. It's like an ego stroke in a sense, And they be needing that ego stroke a little bit. That's why they do this sometimes.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I do like a man with a big...
I mean, I just feel like, look, I'm not finna buy a car if I can't test drive it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not
gonna buy a car if I can't test.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and see what it do first before I be in a long committed relationship with you, because I feel like, okay, so that is my next question. Like, what do you think like sex is a big thing in a relationship?
Definitely. It's definitely a big thing. I mean,
So if a man treating you right, he got the house for you.
It ain't gonna go that far. It ain't gonna go that far. If his sex is whack, it's not gonna go that far.
So that's why I feel like these women out here misleading these
men. They using them. Yes,
yes.
Point blank period. I mean, any woman that is not sexually pleased, I mean, unless you just not interested in sex, that's the only way that I can see it. Other than that, I just can't see why you would be with a man that can't satisfy you. Vice versa. I don't see a man, but most men will deal with that, because they usually can get off a little better than we can. It takes a lot for us. Yeah. So I can see a man stand even if he's not enjoying the sex.
And, they be saying, I mean, this probably off the subject, but they be saying, like, the unattractive women be having the best cooties and stuff, and the other women be kind of ran through. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
I don't know about them, but I know
about me.
I mean, but I feel like that's the saying. It's like the ugly guys, you know what I'm saying, is packing, and then you got the cute ones. The cute, it is, just a little bit, because they gotta be a little mild ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like if they like a little like mild ugly, they be like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But cute ones, I don't know what it is. It's just like they just don't give.
They never give.
That's
why I go for a little tad.
Gotta
be something wrong.
You gotta be a little taste of ugly, just a tad. But like when I just look sideways like this, oh, he look ugly right here. Okay, you handsome, but you just gotta be, because it just seemed like, I don't know. I like dark skinned men. I like them.
So back to the question, because I don't think you really answered it, and I really want to know, like, so what is some non-sexual things you could do?
Oh, I told you. I said
non-sexual.
Like massages, cooking for him, catering to him, asking him how his day went, just trying to do things before he asks you.
Right, that's true, because we always want them to read our mind. Right, we can't read their mind.
Going to his job and getting him some lunch. Stop giving him cologne and socks for holidays, Like, actually book a trip for him, because you want him to book you a trip. Like, actually doing real shit.
I be feeling like women be like, I ain't about to do what he haven't done. And I feel like that is the crazy way of thinking. Like, just because he ain't took you on a trip yet don't mean that you can't take him on a trip. You know what I mean? Like, let's do things. What?
I wanted to piggyback before we even get there. So, do you feel like that's tricking?
As a woman?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
if she tricking off on, like, do you feel like, I'm gonna say it with the man, because most men feel like they tricking if they give the woman, you know, like money before,
I feel like no,
before
women too,
you know,
it ain't
before
tricking if you
before
got
they
it.
do anything.
If you got it, spend it. It's okay. It's okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I like somebody, first quarter, first of all, I'm paying attention to them. First quarter, I'm finna be like, oh, let me do this. I noticed this. You know what I mean? Let me do that. I noticed that. Like, we don't pay attention to each other because we so. I feel like a lot of people be in competition with their partner.
True.
You know
Speak
what I'm
about
saying?
it. Speak about it. Speak
like,
about it.
they be in competition, so it's like, I ain't about to do this for her so she could be up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then leave me.
Yeah.
Or I ain't about to do this for him so he could be up and leave me. You know what I mean? Like,
I just feel like tricking is only, if you tricking off on a woman, it's because you giving a woman money that you know is not really interested in you, and you're trying to use your money to get her. But if you're giving her money and that's something that y'all like each other equally, and you know that's your girl, I don't feel like that's tricking. Tricking is when you ain't got her and she don't want you and you just trying to buy her.
Yeah, that's true. That's true for sure. Like, okay, so what so how do you feel like when women be like, okay, so I'm not gonna bring him around my kids all of a sudden, like in the beginning, because we got kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, so how do you feel like women should go about, like, bringing men around their kids, like, in the beginning? Like, you know, like, because I know some women that be, like, in and out the door. They kids know everybody. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think it's, like, a time limit on that?
It should be. It's like when you bringing people around, it's just like any other person that's a stranger in your house. You're not going to just bring anybody in your house because they might come in there, steal, do whatever, searching through your stuff. So you gotta treat guys the same way. You got to see. I'm serious, like, for real. They be stealing.
Especially in Atlanta.
Right. So you gotta just think about it before you just bring your kids around people.
Sorry,
and
Atlanta,
really,
I love y'all though.
You gotta really get to know somebody. And I mean, even when I'm meeting like people, just period, I don't want everybody in my house. So I have to get to know you.
You know what? I learned that like later on in life, when my mom used to be like, I don't want everybody in my house. Now I understand, like, no, I don't want everybody in my house because I want peace. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I wouldn't bring around men around my kids, like,
and you
for a long time.
And you gotta understand, that's them kids' house too.
Coming there eating
you
up
know,
all
you coming up in there,
eating all the fruit snacks.
Eating all the fruit snacks and going in their refrigerator. And, you know, you up in their mama room that they be coming in there sneaking in. You know, like, you can't be just doing that now. You know, I remember when I was younger, I didn't like people coming in my house, you know, because it was my house. Even though I was sharing it with my mama, she wanted me to clean up, do all this stuff. You ain't going to just bring all these people up in here, mama. But one thing about my mama, she never did that. So I respected that about her.
My mama did. Oh my
you know
God,
what I'm saying?
Lord
She
Jesus.
never did that.
God bless her
but
heart.
at the end of the day, you got to respect your kids, and they got feelings too. And if you want to sit here and make sure that they don't get in their feelings about what you're doing, because you don't know if that's going to last. So it need to be a little space. You need to figure out who you date, because that man might not like kids.
Yeah.
So you don't want to bring your kids around something that's going to create trauma for them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I feel like, do you feel like this too? Like, the generation right now is based upon like the mother and the father, like, you know, like what they've been through, like what people seen growing up. So they like cloning that image of like their daddy, or cloning that image of like their mother. So they like moving like their mother, cause I know like my mother, I saw her like she'll be like with a man and then like having another man cleaning the carpet. I'd be like, hold on, I just saw you with, you know, like you chilling with both of them, like, so like, you know what I mean?
Right, I get it, and I feel like it's a lot of us are really kids in adult bodies, and we have not faced the real traumas in our life, which is why we do repeat a lot of things that we've seen our mom and dad do. But I feel like the more that we educate ourselves and try to want to live a better, healthy relationship, we can learn that stuff that our mom and daddy did was not right. You know?
I feel like people just like, throwing it off to, well, it ain't working. I'm going to just be alone. Who wants to grow old alone?
Nobody wants to grow alone. I mean, and honestly, I had a feeling like that only because when I was in relationships, not that I couldn't be in relationships, I just felt like I was never going to find my soulmate. I was never going to find somebody that understood me.
Why do you think that?
Because it was always one-sided all the time. I just felt like I was just fighting for my life in relationships, you know, to try to be myself. And a lot of times it's so hard to be yourself in society now because everybody want to sit here and mock the social media, mock the celebrities, mock the life that they think that they could be living instead of reality. The fake is the new reality at this point.
The fake is the new reality.
Yes.
That's really deep.
For real.
That's really deep because that's very true. Like just when Moneybagg Yo bought Ari that car and stuff, everybody was just like, for now on everybody's birthdays and stuff, I bought my man a car.
Exactly.
Look, I bought why
not
you ain't do that?
They was renting it. Well, I ain't gonna say renting, leasing it. But yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what everybody is doing in their household. So we see everybody looking good all on TV and all up, you know, even your local people, they looking like they straight, but then when you really walk up into their house, they fighting, they arguing, they don't even like each other. They probably ain't had sex in 3 months. He got 3 baby mamas that he cheating on her with, and we still want the relationship.
I feel like, man, y'all probably like ridicule me for this, but I feel like take us back to the R. Kelly days. I feel like the music is a part of it. Back in the day when the music was so subtle and so peaceful and the vibes was so subtle. So
you remember
Sade? But Will Smith, you know, like his partying music, like all that stuff like brung us happiness. And now ever since that drill music came out. Ever since that goddamn drill music came out,
man,
now it's like chaotic. You know what I'm saying? Everybody busting heads, toting guns. This my girl. They said this my bitch. Like, no, when was it ever okay for a man to be like this my bitch?
Once they realize,
and girls being like, girls Google over there, they be like, oh, I'm his bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really his bitch.
Really his bitch.
It's crazy.
I feel like once they figured that music was the key to kind of controlling how we move, I feel like that was
how we feel. You know, when you sad, what you do? You go put on some sad music. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to get more sad.
Right.
You want to cry. You want to be on the voicemail.
You want to get on. You want to get on your Instagram and record yourself.
I see you on Instagram, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. Mm-hmm. I don't like that for the generation. Like,
take me back.
Please take me back. Like, take me back to back in the days when the music was good and subtle and happy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want
the good old days.
For real. So
I wish we can go back to the good old days.
So do you got some questions for me, or you got some stuff for me?
Questions.
Oh.
Questions.
Wait.
Okay, so my first question is, what is a group of crows called?
What? What is a what?
Group of crows called.
What is a group of crows called? A flock? Like, what? Wait, hold on. A group, don't take my answer. A group of crows is called a flock of crows.
No.
I mean, a flock is like a group, so like a flock of birds, like a flock of crows?
No, it's a murder.
I don't like that. That's why people be saying like it's a whole bunch of crows in the house around that house. Then somebody gonna be dead over there. So I used to be wondering like, what the hell?
It's actually called a murder.
That is crazy.
It's crazy.
Mental
for real.
Note.
Yes. For real. Do you have a question for me?
I want to know what. I just got one question because I don't really got no questions because. You know, I don't really have no questions, but I just got one question. What is Mickey Mouse? What is Mickey Mouse shoe color? What is it?
Damn. Okay, you always be giving me these tricky little funny questions.
What is it?
I remember him having them red pants on.
He did have red pants.
Did he have on a white shirt?
I think he had on a white shirt.
And I don't know. I think he had on black shoes.
They don't even go together. Red pants, white shirt, and black shoes.
I don't know. I feel like
they was yellow, Jen. Oh,
really?
Gee, let me check your temperature, cause Lord, just your brain is not working. Oh my God, how many years have we watched Mickey Mouse? Like Mickey Mouse is still on right now
I think I just got tricked with the Mandela effect because I really thought Mickey Mouse had on black shoes at once upon a time. Like for real.
No. I'm weak.
Okay. So what river flowed through the Grand Canyon?
What river flows through the Grand Canyon?
Yes.
Girl, come on now. This Beauty and Brains, but why you gotta make them so hard?
That's not hard.
That is hard.
That's not hard.
What river?
Just think about, okay, I'm gonna help you out. What states are by the Grand Canyon?
Mexico. Wait, what?
Where is the Grand Canyon? I'm gonna start with that. Where is the Grand Canyon?
The Grand Canyon.
What state is the Grand Canyon in?
Nevada. What state is it? OMG. Tell me. It's giving dumb blonde. My hair not even blonde.
My hair not blonde.
Help me.
It's in Arizona.
Arizona, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay,
but
so
the river is Colorado River.
Okay, Colorado River.
Mm-hmm. I actually passed through the Grand Canyon when I was going to Las Vegas. Like they actually do a whole announcement like when you going past. It was so cute.
Okay, so I don't have no other questions, but I do have another topic that I really wanted to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Okay, so do you feel like men like be in competition like with each other? Like, okay, so say for instance, like I go out with you, you have a date, and then I have a date, and then like we go out together. Do you feel like our dates is like, oh, he kissed her, like let me kiss her at this special moment, or like he took care of this time, let me take care of this, like do you feel like it be like?
I mean, I feel like when they start doing that, you're not a secure man because you shouldn't have to compete against no other man with your woman.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. So, do you feel like a lot of, like we was talking about this at first about the women. Do you feel like it's the women's fault or why they can't really keep a man?
Yes.
Why?
Because I feel like they don't want to cook no more. They don't want to clean no more. They don't want to do nothing no more. Like, they just don't want to do nothing. They just want to just sit in the house, collect their paycheck, and, like, that's it. Like, I feel like, I mean, when I say collect the paycheck, I mean, like, the men paycheck. They just want the men to bring them the money and shut up. And that's giving masculine energy. Like,
so do you feel like that's the reason why a lot of men cheat?
I feel like a reason why a lot of men cheat is because women get boring. Like, they just get real boring. Okay. Like, like you gotta do different things or whatever. I ain't saying bring another woman into the bedroom, but bring another woman to the bedroom. No, for real, because like even when I was growing up, I used to always think like, why am I making this person be only to me?
So do you believe in monogamous? Do you believe that in polygamy?
Yes.
So do you think that we should supposed to be polygamous?
I feel like that. I feel like it'll work better because like, oh my God, men are like, they are, what's the word, like family. They supposed to
like because of where they where we originated from with Africa.
I feel like they are created to protect and provide for multiple. I feel like
Okay.
that. You know, like just like the Lion King, he had all those lions that was women that he was like protecting and providing for. He was going out there getting the food for them. That's all you saw was the Lion King. That was
Yeah,
the
because
king.
when
He
you
went out and
actually-
he got everything for the whole family.
Right.
Everybody. You know what I mean? So,
Right, and you know, speaking from that, like when you think about the other animal kingdoms, I mean, the man really do have multiple options, and that he's impregnated, you know, a lot of the women or the female animals, impregnated them so they can go ahead and, you know, have the babies and, you know, basically provide a big tribe of, you know. So I can see, and we're animals, you know, and so I can see why men feel like they needed to have an outlet to go talk to multiple women. Do I agree with it?
yeah.
No, but I can definitely
You wouldn't
understand.
you wouldn't be in a relationship with another woman or two other women?
No,
No?
no.
I think that that'll be fun.
I mean, let me say this. If I be involved in it, it'd be for a good time, not a long time.
Right.
But I don't want to share my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like the right man will feel like I'm enough. And I'm going to make sure I'm enough. You know, I want to be able to be there for my man wholeheartedly. You know, whether that's, you know, catering him, being submissive to him. I want to be that woman. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not afraid to step into that position for a good man.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I feel like, yeah, women need to just be able to just go ahead, submit, like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, submit for the right person. Like,
Yeah.
like when we say submission, a lot of people be feeling like it's meaning control. No, it's not meaning control. It's allowing a man to become a man, to be able to, you know, allow him to protect and provide the right way, and not trying to tell him how to be a man.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, to piggyback off the things that we said about demasculating them, because we're a lot of independent women, we're bosses and stuff like that, and a lot of men feel like they don't have a place in an independent household, which can run a man off. You know, we be saying that we want a man, but sometimes we don't want a man. We be wanting the kids. You know, for real. And
No,
I mean,
for real.
and I have to be honest, because I was once that woman.
Yeah.
You know, and so now growing up and getting older and mature, I understand how I need to treat a man, how I need to allow him to become a man for me.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So we didn't had a whole discussion about men, women, and I think we gonna wrap this episode up.
So take some advice, ladies. You know, it's some good men still out here. Y'all go out there and y'all embrace y'all feminine power, y'all feminine energy, and go
Right.
out there and treat these men right. Not everybody deserves that feminine energy from you. Not everybody deserves that positivity from you. But let's just pick up on the red flags in the beginning so we won't waste our time in the long run.
And as women, we know.
Yeah.
We know when we find the one. We know who deserves that seat. So at the end of the day, man, y'all gotta come correct. Y'all gotta let us know so we can sit here and we can give you what you want.
Yeah, for sure.
So, do you prefer a God-fearing man, or you don't care if, you know, they believe in God or, you know, have any religion or whatever? Does it matter?
I prefer a spiritual man. I prefer a man that's like, I guess, you know, God, I guess I kind of could do, I don't really, because I'm not really there with, like, you know, God and all that. Like, you know, I'm still doing my research.
Okay.
Not afraid to admit that.
Okay.
And I just want a man that's gonna, you know, be in church and stuff, and probably could teach me since I'm learning. You know what I mean? Like, cause maybe, you know, I'm lacking on something that I haven't researched on or whatever. So maybe he could help me in that department. So maybe maybe I can, you know, yeah, I do. Yeah, I would want somebody, cause I love men that I can learn from.
Right.
So if I could learn God from you in a positive way, then yes. I would love that.
I know some people have their definition of what God is to them.
Yeah.
I try not to go into the denominations of what a man believes in, but I also want them to stand for something or they'll fall for anything. But with that being said, I grew up in the church. So I would like to have somebody that's kind of similar in the same type of beliefs that I believe in, because I feel like that's the only way that we can be equally yoked in a relationship.
That's true, and that's really why I like Christian rock, because from her beginning of her career to the end of her career, you always saw her praying. She always kept God first. You know what I mean? Like, and I just love what she did to her church. They gave back to her when she didn't have it, and now she's giving back to them.
Yeah,
like she never forgot.
I was real proud of her. Like, that was something, like, people don't really realize how accomplished that is to come back to your church and give back when you have it, because a lot of times we have money and we don't even think about giving back to our church, our community.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
To see her actually going to church first to give back was, I was very proud of her.
Yeah, me too. I was very touched by that. Like,
yeah.
I really feel like, man, when she had that baby gonna look back on all this of her mother, and people can say what they want to say about her, but her baby is gonna look back and be like, my mother was smart, my mother mental was escalating. You know what I mean? She went from the bottom mentally to the top mentally, and I really, and then she young.
Yeah.
So I really love that, because like nowadays we don't even have like a young person that's doing things like that. Like,
right.
we seldomly see that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So for her to do that and teach her audience, her youth that,
right,
I think that's good.
And all the stuff that we didn't discuss today, like, she has literally been like hit a lot of the topics, especially with the toxicity in the relationships and how they go back and forth or whatever. So I really, I'm really glad that she's stepping up to the plate and doing what she needs to do.
That's true.
And a lot of times we don't realize that until we get pregnant, until we against the wall. When we're about to bring another human in the world, we transform as women. So I love that for us, that we are able to identify certain things that we are not acceptable to. We start to look at ourselves and say, you know what? I don't want to go through that no more. Because I know when I got pregnant, I had started just feeling some type of way. I just wanted the best for my child. And so it made me change up a lot of toxic ways that I was with guys. I just was like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that, because I want to bring my child in a certain way,
Yeah,
but,
that's true. But let's get into the gossip, because we gotta get into the gossip, because Mr. Jonathan Wright over here talking about something. He would have put the pause on Tori if he was there.
I love Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan.
But I need a friend that's gonna step behind me. At the end of the day, we need friends that's supportive.
Yeah, because these men letting their friends do anything. You supposed to, as a man, you supposed to be able to check your friend. Like, hold on.
Without any commotion,
Without any commotion.
Nowadays, you can't even check your friend without an argument,
And then a lot of men listen to other men, so just say, for instance, he was there, hey, calm down, Tori.
It wouldn't have never happened.
It would have never happened.
It wouldn't have
But
never
you got
happened.
all these women, men, they don't be listening to women.
Yeah, but
it
definitely would have went down, because Jonathan would have brought that chair out. He would have definitely brought the chair out that time. But speaking of all this fiasco, what is going on with Trump? Okay, because Georgia don't play about putting these RICOs and charges on people. They just don't play. They didn't look free Young Thug, because these folks is crazy.
Young Thug. Oh my God.
For real.
Listen to music and everything. Come on now.
So they don't care nothing about Trump if they didn't put Young Thug in jail.
What you feel about that? You think that Trump's supposed to go? You think he's supposed to go to jail?
I mean, if it was any other person, he'd be in jail. Let's keep it real. He was doing too much.
You don't think he was a good president? I like Trump.
I mean, because he was giving out stimmies.
No, I need another stimmy though. Trump, I'm gonna vote for you if the stimmy in there. If the stimmy package in there, I'm going ahead and vote for you, fam. I got you.
But that's another thing. We got to start voting locally. You know, it's not about the president. That's why we sit here and we have all this chaos in the presidency because we don't vote locally in our city. So when we start realizing
because
that matters,
busy worried about the next Jordans coming out and everything, and who got a BBL and want to talk about the BBLs all the time.
Right.
They want to talk about all this, and they don't even know who is your mayor, who is in your Senate, who is in your city
because they make
right
the
now.
laws. They make the laws and then they pass them on. And I mean, at the end of the day, the president really don't be having, the Congress is what's control everything.
Yeah.
So we need to vote correctly this year in November, you guys. Go vote.
Wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. So I saw a video.
What video?
I saw a video going viral, and it was a little baby, and he was on live, and he had farted. And then
the video I sent you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, now that was funny. Little baby, now you know. We
You
heard
know you farted.
through that cough.
Man, he coughed. It was like, bro. I was like, wait a minute, what was that?
Oh my God, but you know that video was kind of old though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was kind of old, but you know, everybody have a little gas every now and then. Like, it's okay to
Right, it's
fart.
okay to pass
Like,
a little
dang,
gas.
we gotta
Little
make
baby.
it. We gotta
From
make it
now on,
normal.
I know that video old, but look, from now on, man, go ahead and pass the gas, man. Go on,
Yeah.
farts make me laugh.
I swear, we heard it through the cough. Okay, little baby, we heard it through the cough, but it's okay.
I'm weak.
But yeah, I'm glad that we didn't sit up here and we talked about everything. I mean, I really want women to understand that.
Oh, and one more thing before we leave, because
Okay.
it's a thing going around with Cash Doll or whatever, and they were saying one of her staff members was like DMing people to get them to pay like for different things. Like they'll be like, we need a makeup artist or whatever, and we're gonna fly you out and all this. Just give us a $250. You pay for your flight. Send me the flight.
Speaking of artists and people doing something, we forgot about Lizzo. Because
Really?
Lizzo is really in the news. What is going on? And I met Lizzo too. I met her at the same party that I met Meg at.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So I'm just really, trying to figure this thing
Lizzo
out.
a mess.
Because Lizzo, are you body shaming?
Like, what? Not you came into the game like, look at me, I'm a BBW, and be confident in your body and your skin, and now you're talking about you're overweight?
Yeah, I mean, she might be in a little trouble.
She is in a
So
little
we
trouble.
just gonna pray for her. I don't know what's
didn't
going
even
on with the
little
Houston
concert
girls.
she was about to do, and they kicked her off.
Yeah, it's something going on with the Houston girls nowadays. I don't know what's going on.
It is. They doing too much.
Yeah, they doing too much.
They doing too much.
But I
Houston,
love
stand
Houston.
down.
I love Houston. Y'all gotta figure something out now, cause Beyonce just came and showed out this
All right,
weekend.
come on. She holding it down for Houston. Y'all
Yes.
other Houstoners is not doing the same thing. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. But we got to get that together, okay? Because I love Houston. Y'all do it big in Houston. So I got to show y'all respect.
Come
but
on
y'all
now.
doing a little too much big.
For real, cause
Okay, Lizzo, stop it.
like she got them. What she had them doing? Eating bananas out of the twats and
Yeah.
That's all a little freak.
Y'all, look.
Hey, they say them big girls got a freaky though.
I
They
heard
be
it.
saying that.
You know what? And that's why these men be leaving these BBL girls and going to big women. Because they doing freakier stuff.
They is. What
Maybe
would
we
you
need
say
to
if
call.
Lizzo
Maybe
was like,
maybe
go
we need
ahead
to
and
call
put that banana
Lizzo.
in
No,
there?
I'm just playing.
What would you think if she said, go ahead and put that banana in there, Jen, and go ahead and do that?
I would have instantly told her no. Like, really? You go do it. You show us how it go.
Right.
You show her how it go.
That
baby,
is crazy. I feel like fame be taking over because she was so humble in the beginning. Now look at her.
Yeah, fame is a lot. I've seen a lot of people change due to fame, and I just feel like people start forgetting who they are as a person because they want to be known so bad. And then it's like that's why they say people sell their soul. It's not the fact of the devil, it's the fact that you lose who you are morally. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why so many people are lost. They be getting lost in the matrix over fame.
That's true. They gotta remember where they come from, remember where they at, and just like.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's happening with Lil Meech, and that's why he acting the way he acting. Like.
You think so?
Yes, I feel like that he been one against, but he like, my daddy is Big Meech. I feel like that's what he have in his head. My daddy is Big Meech, and now I have the spotlight, and I'm Meech. And now I'm just going.
But you know who fault that is? And that's the reason why I feel like a lot of the celebrity rappers are coming down to earth now because of the ticket sales and all this stuff like that, because they starting to understand that we give them power.
Yes.
You know, that's just like, if nobody's watching your shows or supporting you, you don't have anything in that sense. You know what I'm saying? So when all these rappers start to understand that you got to treat your fans better, you got to treat people better, you know, because that's what's getting you to the bag. Like, respect.
Yeah,
that goes both ways.
That's true. So,
I think we done said a mouthful tonight.
We have.
So we're going to close this out. Here your girl, Jen and Venus.
But it's the Venus and Jen show.
Thank you, guys. Peace out.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.